Hi, I'm Christina Applegate.
And I'm Jamie-Lynn Sigler.
And this is
Messy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Messy. It's Christina.
And Jamie.
And today we have someone who's so effing impressive on all levels. And I don't even think I need to say anything because we're going to get into the meat of the things that you are, which if the people don't know these things, then they have been living under a rock. So it's a buddy of mine who I haven't seen in a long time and whom I adore. Freaking Megan Mullally.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Yay.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Welcome to Messy.
We're so happy to have you here. I've always, well, we know each other, like on a, semi-personal level, but.
Did you ever work together?
We did. I did Christina's show. I did like.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! You did.
But we didn't have scenes together really. I had more scenes with Maya. Yeah, I did like 2 or 3 episodes.
We had one seat at a table. Yeah, that's right. Oh
It
my
was fun.
God!
Yeah.
That was so long ago.
I know.
It was called Up All Night, by the way, everybody.
I thought that was a good show. I liked that show.
I liked that show too. I didn't know it while I was doing it because I was in such postpartum depression, but. I've watched it since, and I'm like, damn, that was good.
Yeah.
But we used to hang out like at we have a very famous friend in common, and she'd have these parties, and I feel like you and Nick and whoever I was married to at the time, we'd like hang out in the corner somewhere and just kind of stay away from everybody.
Yes.
But anyway,
Yeah. Aw.
yeah, good combos.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we're so excited to have you here, my love, and we'll talk about why.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We'll talk about why I wanted you here later in a bit, but something that we start with sometimes, Megan, just to get us, our ice broken, is like, who's little Megan? Like, if you could remember 8-year-old Megan and you could like close your eyes and look down at your shoes in your head right now, like what were the shoes you were wearing? What was the music you were listening to? What TV shows were you watching? Like, I love this because everybody's got something so different and it opens up like this beautiful portal of conversation.
Oh, I love that.
Or not. I don't know.
Well, definitely. I have very, very early memories. Like I remember being baptized when I was 18 weeks old. So I definitely remember being 8. Yeah. No, I remember I have a lot of crazily early memories. I remember being in a bassinet and is that still like a thing? A bassinet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And this we were at somebody's house. Maybe it was, I don't know, maybe my mom and dad had a dog, and this dog jumped up and put its paws up on the, it was up like higher on a counter. And we were like kind of checking each other out, but in a really good way. And my mom came running in and like had a total freak out, and then there was no more dogs. So, but so anyway, so I remember being 8 basically is what I'm trying to say.
Wow.
Yeah. So my mom dressed me. She was very fastidious about what I wore, and it was very like baby doll. Maybe not by the time I was 8 as much, but very matching. So I was probably wearing a little shirt and little pants that all matched, and some kind of shoes, not sneakers. That wasn't even a thing. I don't think I got my first pair of sneakers till I was like in my 50s. I don't know what it was. Maybe not. Maybe a little earlier. But yeah, so some kind of, I don't know what kind of shoes. And then, but I loved television, and my mom loved television, and we watched all those shows because I'm 66, almost 67.
No, you're not.
So, yeah, so cute. So we watched. My favorite, of course, was Carol Burnett, and I had a deal with my mom, and I think that would be around first grade, right? First grade through, maybe it was a little later, but I had a deal with my mom. Carol Burnett came on at 9, and my bedtime was 9. So I would go to bed at 8 and sleep for an hour, and then my mom would wake me up and we would watch it together.
Oh my God.
I would lay on the floor in front of the TV and we would watch it and just be like in a state of euphoria. and then I would go back to sleep.
There's nothing more comforting than the mop, when you just started off and the mop's happening. And it was like, I remember being a kid going like, and now I'm good.
Oh, well, that's what
Yeah.
TV can do, right? Because you're in the comfort of your own home, and it just can connect you in that way that home makes you feel. So when you watched that, was it already, do you think those like Carol Burnett and your times with television was really what informed you of wanting to be a performer? Were your parents were performers?
My father was an actor, or he never really, was very successful, but he wanted to be an actor. So I was born in Los Angeles. My parents had an apartment there, and he was actually a contract player at Paramount in the 50s. And he did a couple things, but not anything of note. And he got very discouraged and angry and resentful and moved us back to Oklahoma, where my parents had grown up, when I was 6. But yeah, so but I get all of my stuff really from my mom, not my dad. My dad was very funny, but he was also very scary and dark and not somebody I wanted to be around. I get all my stuff from my mom because my mom was so like, she had a lot of curiosity, and she did love the arts, even though she wasn't in the arts and didn't want to be in the arts. But she just loved everything, and I'm an only child, and so I think her enthusiasm, she encouraged all my interests. I used to get when I was 8, especially, probably, I was very into the elves and the fairies, so I had a lot of like games that I wanted to play with my friends where we would see the elves and fairies, and they were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Where I don't see any elves and fairies, cutie. So then I would also get like a record from, I had a record player in my room, and I would get a record from downstairs where my parents had their record player, and I would put it on, and I would shut the door to my room, and I would put it on, and I would invent some very dramatic dance where my character inevitably went mad and then died at the end. It was like my whole thing.
Oh,
And then
I want to watch the show.
it's kind of coming true in real life, P.S. And then I may not make it through the podcast. And then
I may not either, so
then
don't
I would
worry.
have my mom come in, and I would like perfect it, and then I'd have my mom come in and watch it, and she would be like, "Oh my God, you are a genius." So,
Oh.
a lot of it was, most of it was from my mom. Like, she loved to see me respond to something, and yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to like literally throw yourself into it. I mean, I feel like I'm always trying to reconnect back to that playfulness that I had as a child, and that like willingness to just like leave everything aside and put myself into it. So that makes sense that that's who you were as a child and why you're the brilliant actor you are, because you bring everybody with you on the ride.
That's so
Actress,
nice.
dancer, singer, by the way, guys. Like Mage.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
yes,
God,
you were part
Christina.
of the Oklahoma City Ballet.
I was in a ballet company when I was younger, and in the summers I studied at the School of American Ballet, which was New York City Ballet School. My mom took me, and then she would take me at night. I mean, it's crazy, like probably like 4 nights a week, or more. My mom would take me to the ballet or a Broadway show, and then maybe on the weekend we'd go to a museum. And yeah, she was really, I don't know how she got the money to do that, because, well, it's not like it is now where Broadway tickets are $500 a piece. I mean, it's absolutely insane. But yeah, so, and I wanted to say, Christina, speaking of great dancers, I mean, my God, if anyone listening, if you've ever had the pleasure of seeing Christina dance, I mean, go on YouTube and put in like Sweet Christina Applegate, Sweet Charity, and watch a couple of the numbers. It's absolutely, put in the Tonys, Christina Applegate, because what you did on that Tonys that year, I was like losing my mind. It was so brilliant. You're such a great dancer.
Such a broken foot. That's like one of the biggest regrets of my life is studying dance for my entire life. And like I was going to say, going to Broadway shows when we shouldn't have been going to them, like the original chorus line in like 1975. Like I shouldn't have been there.
Totally.
It was completely
No.
inappropriate for a child, but you could do that then. And like dreaming of like being
Yes.
on Broadway my entire life and then breaking my foot and then going, well, this sucks, but I still, whatever. It was still a wonderful time.
Yeah.
That was a great time.
Yes,
And I know
no,
you did a lot of Broadway,
genius.
so
Mm-hmm.
thank
Yeah,
you for saying
I
that,
liked
Megan.
it.
It means a lot.
Oh my
You liked
God,
it?
unbelievable. I mean, one of the greats for real. Like to be able to dance at that level it's not.
Mhm.
It's quite a small club.
That's right. Yes.
And the New York scene, that going out
Ugh.
afterwards or everyone's got their pin curls in, you're at like the place and you've got like these like Tony award-winning actors, like just greasy and just gross, like after their 2.5 hour show, just like at fancy
I know,
5-star restaurants. It
everybody's
was
wigged.
like
I know.
awesome. Everyone's
I know
pin curled.
everybody's wigged in Broadway shows. It's crazy. I don't know why they wig everybody
Because
all
of
the
the
time,
mic
but
packs.
they do. And so,
Mike Pack,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
baby.
right. Yeah.
yeah,
Did you guys used to go to Bar Centrale after shows?
I did, but I can't go there anymore. It's such a, you just feel like you're running the gauntlet. It's just really, it's a lot of, gives me anxiety.
Oh, I mean, I haven't been in 100
I
years.
just feel
but
like, yeah,
it was for a time.
yeah, for a time. It just gets a little like you feel like maybe people aren't necessarily saying nice things about you, or are they, aren't they?
Oh,
It's that kind
no.
of thing. Like you don't know. So I just
Not a
kind of
safe
want to
place.
take the guesswork out of it and just go home or go somewhere where nobody goes,
That makes a lot of sense.
We
Yeah.
would do that. I don't know. Like we would go to a place called Deziac, which was on like, I don't
Mm.
even know what. And it was like, you just go and get like sangria and hummus. I mean, it was just one of those like little, like kind of small
Oh,
little
fun.
divey places with our pin curls, or we'd go to
That's
like the fancy
better.
place. What's not the Sardi's, but what's the other place that like had a great seafood tower? We can discuss this
Well,
later,
I
but
do love
one guy's name.
Orso.
One guy's name. No,
Oh,
we're gonna.
Joe
I'm gonna.
Allen.
I'm gonna look it up.
Joe
Joe
Allen?
Allen's, yes.
Joe Allen's the famous one, but the one I do still like is Orso, I guess, every once in a while, because the food is good and it's small, and so yeah, you feel a little more, little safer.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Broadway thing, I get a little. Some of the people intimidate me, and oh no, I don't want to say intimidate, but there's a better word for it that I'm not sure.
Well, it's a tight crew, right? I feel like the people that are on Broadway all the time, that jump from show to show and know all each other.
It's a
just
small
a very
world. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. I've done 4 shows on Broadway, and then there's a show that I've been workshopping for literally 11 years. And we're doing it at the Goodman in Chicago next summer. And then, we have this great producer, Barbara Whitman, so we have hopes to bring it in. And I'm just, gosh, doing 8 shows a week is hard. So I'm gonna try. If we get that far, I'm gonna give it the old college try.
Is it a musical?
Yes, it's an original
Oh.
musical. It's so funny and weird. What?
Angus McIndoe. Did you ever go to Angus
Oh my
McIndoe's?
God. Yeah,
That's what I was
yeah,
doing.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry,
Angus
I just had to get that out of the
McAdoo,
way.
right.
Yeah, I love that place.
That's a good one. That is a really old school place to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's nice, Angus. He used to work at, I think, Orso or Joe Allen or one of those, and then he opened his own place. But yeah, so
So okay, so you're in ballet school, and then where did you go from there? Was New York the goal? Did you know you wanted to be an actress, or was ballet the focus for that time?
no, I really wanted to do Broadway shows, but then I was living in Chicago. I went to Northwestern, and then I was doing theater in Chicago, and it was still a great time to do theater there, but especially back then, it was sort of the apex of the Steppenwolf Theater Company and all of that. So I started going out with this guy, and it was like a thing, and he was like, well, let's go to Los Angeles for a month, and we'll see what that's like, and then we can go to New York for a month. And I was like, all right. So we went out to Los Angeles, and I had been I had been flown out to Los Angeles a few times to test for different movies like Risky Business and, I don't know what the other, that was the most famous one.
Cool.
Yeah. And so I kind of had, people kind of knew me. And so I ended up getting signed with an agency right away. And it was William Morris, which at the time was like the big, place.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I ended up not moving to Los Angeles because everything was going well. And my boyfriend moved back. He was a real mama's boy, kind of Italian, very close to us, lived at home with his parents. And he moved back, and because his mom was having a fit and whatever. He was nice.
I love your stories.
Italian moms.
He's having a fit.
I know. So then I was just stuck there. So then I was kind of like, well, I guess I live in Los Angeles. And because it was going pretty well. I got cast in a few things. So I didn't ultimately end up doing a Broadway show till I was 34. I was sitting there in my duplex in Los Angeles and my phone rang. This is long before, the internet or anything even remotely approaching that. And I had gone to college with this guy named Jeff Calhoun, and he was directing a production of Grease on Broadway. So he said, "Oh, I just found your number in the phone book." And I remember phone books. Now we're phone books, that was a thing back then. And so he said, "I want you to audition, blah, blah, blah." They wanted me to play Rizzo. And so I auditioned for Rizzo, and then they had offered it to Rosie O'Donnell at some point, but they didn't think she was going to do it. She ended up saying yes. So then they offered me Marty, which is one of the Pinks. And so
we know
I did
Marty
that.
very well.
Beauty school dropout.
That's
I
Frenchie, isn't
love
it?
Yeah.
That's
Marty?
Frenchie. That's right. Oh, Marty's like the
is-
slutty one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexy
mhm.
one.
Yes.
You're right.
Yeah.
Shame
her
on me.
song,
You're right.
Her song got cut from the movie, but she does have a song in the show. So,
I saw you in that, and I saw you
You
in How to
did?
Succeed. Mm-hmm.
oh my God.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that's how that happened. I mean, I was doing Grease, and it was fun because it was kind of everybody's first Broadway show, almost every
Cool.
single person. And it was fun. And everybody was a lot younger than me. I mean, I was 34 playing a 17-year-old, but everybody else was like 23. And Billy Porter, he played the teen angel. Yeah. And everybody was like, "Oh my God, he's going to be a superstar." And then, a couple decades later, he became quite
A
well
couple
known.
Sometimes
decades.
that's what it
took a
takes.
minute. That sometimes happens. It takes a second. So I was doing that, and then somebody in the show actually told me that they were having auditions for a revival of How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, and I wasn't familiar with it, but I went in and auditioned, and I ended up getting the lead woman role, and Matthew Broderick was playing the lead, and he was great in it. He ended up getting a Tony, and so that was kind of my big break in a funny way. I was getting How to Succeed because I got when we did it out of town before we went into Broadway, we did it in La Jolla, and the guy who reviewed it for like Variety or The Hollywood Reporter or something was this. He basically talked about me pretty much for the whole review. And for some reason that got all of the agents excited, and everybody was interested. So that was my big break, I guess, in a certain way. And Jim Burrows, who directed every single episode of Will and Grace, saw it. I don't know if he saw it in La Jolla or on Broadway, but he saw it. And so then that was... Yeah.
Is that how Will and Grace came to be for you, or did he request to bring you in?
It didn't. Yeah, it didn't hurt.
Right.
I went in and auditioned.
It doesn't hurt for Jim Burrows to see you in something. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, yeah. Totally.
My mom went to Northwestern with Jim Burrows. By the way.
Oh my God, really?
Or Oberlin?
Wow.
No, was it? She went to both, but they were really, really good friends. I think they might have had a little at some point in their college days.
Yeah.
But so
I know I love Jimmy. He's a real sweet guy. And he's definitely the last of a dying breed in terms of, sitcoms and what that all used to be.
time of year often feels like a reset button, but finding my rhythm again just, it isn't always easy. So if you're feeling a little like me, meaning like a little unsteady or stretched too thin, Calm can be the small, steady practice that brings you back into balance. Calm is the #1 app for sleep and meditation. It gives you the power to calm your mind and change your life. We are all facing unique challenges daily, and that's why Calm offers a wide range of content and programs to help you navigate life's ups and downs, including guided meditations, like ones that help you work through anxiety and stress, ones that can boost your focus for work, build healthier habits, and even ones to take better care of your physical well-being, which we all could use help with. They have sleep stories, sleep meditations, calming music. They have grounding exercises that help you reset and relax when you start to feel overwhelmed. I like to do those in my car. They even have expert-led talks that help you handle grief, ones that help improve self-esteem, improve relationships, and more. Calm has an exclusive offer just for listeners of our show. Get 40% off a Calm premium subscription at calm.com/messy. This is an amazing value. Go to calm.com/messy for 40% off unlimited access to Calm's entire library. Calm.com/messy, and tell Calm you heard about them from us.
So I went in and auditioned I didn't audition for Karen, I auditioned for Grace, and there was just like a profound silence. And so I went home and I went home and forgot all about it because it was pilot season. So I was auditioning for it used to be so
things.
crazy.
I know.
It was a whole different world back then, in the 80s and 90s. When pilot season came around, you would have like 3 auditions a day. I mean, it was crazy. I would have stacks of pilot scripts in my apartment.
I would have multiple changes of clothes in the back seat of my car.
Right, with your Thomas guide.
Yeah.
This is before. Yeah, you couldn't type in the address on your phone, and there was this book called A Thomas Guide that was all these maps that you had to cross reference. So you would put. Oh God, it was quite complicated.
Like L7 to B6, and then try to find it.
Yes.
Get them together.
And it was all different pages, and you'd be like, and everybody knew how to do it. And it's pretty funny.
Funny.
So I went in, and then I forgot about it. And then a couple weeks later, my agent said, they want you to audition for Will and Grace. And I was like, dumbass, I already did. She was like, no, for this other part. And I didn't even remember the other part, which was Karen. So I reread it, and I was like, I don't know, it's not great. Because it wasn't very good, and it wasn't written it was sort of like it was a really good pilot script. Karen was by far the least interesting character. And it was just sort of like kind of what you'd already seen before at that time. So I was like, I don't know. But then I did go in, and they liked me. And then they called me back to go to the network, which was the last stage of auditioning. You had to go in. This was on NBC. So you would go to NBC, to the building, and they would take you in, and then you would go in with the producers of the show and the people from the network and audition. And it was very nerve-wracking.
Oh.
And so they wanted me to go in, and I was the only person they were bringing back. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I should go. It was really a funny thing. I don't know. I was being very particular. And then at the last minute, literally that day, I decided, okay, I'll go in. And so I did. And then the character of Karen kind of evolved over the first maybe 10 episodes or so of the show, because the pilot was if you watch the pilot, you'll be like, what? That's not Karen. It was very, very different. And then I kind of brought in little things here and there. My voice kept getting higher and higher, and just mannerisms and body language, and the way I would kind of react to people in my body language and kind of looking people up and down and seeming critical of people. Like that was something that the writers then wrote too. Like, yeah. So then it evolved.
I was going to say, I was just about to ask, like, did you go into the audition with her fully realized? But like, obviously you just answered that question. But I was going to say, and I'm not trying to make it back about me, but I remember Kelly Bundy was like a biker chick. And by season 2, she didn't know how to open up a door. So like at some point, you know what I mean? Like they tap into something that you're doing right. And then they're like, whack. And then you stole every fucking scene, Megan.
Well, thank you.
I mean,
Thanks.
it's such artistry and such a study and just being masterful. It was,
it's so true. I got to do one episode of Will
you.
and Grace, and I'd never done comedy before, and I just felt like
You were so good.
Oh, that's so nice. But I just felt like I had a front row seat to just watching all of you. I was just so in awe, and you all were so kind, and it was such a beautiful, like well-oiled machine at that point. Like it was just such a beautiful flow to watch. And just hearing you talk about like being able to have the time to develop this character, get to know her, the writers figuring out how to write for everybody and their strengths. Like, do you feel that's why sitcoms aren't it feels like sitcoms aren't working or not creating? Because nobody's giving anybody, I feel like, the time for shows to blossom. It's like, it's so disappointing, I feel.
Yeah, I'm not sure why sitcoms aren't working. They just all seem very old-fashioned and not funny. I mean, I think a lot of it is just that I think like when you go back to thinking about the old sitcoms from like the 70s, all the, really famous ones like All in the Family and Mary Tyler Moore and those, they were so thoughtful and really funny, actually funny, and took chances. I feel like the shows now are so kind of middle of the road. There are no chances being taken. Like they hired good people. Like all the actors are always good, I guess, but there's just the writing really isn't there.
Yeah.
It's very hard to write that kind of thing. Like I think Will and Grace, the characters were also specific, like each person had their own thing and everybody was different from each other, but they all blended together really well. But they did take chances.
Yes.
Like, I mean, Will and Grace was different because we had gay characters and that was a first, but there was like the first gay marriage on television and all that kind of stuff. But beyond that, it was just really for really funny, quirky, weird people. Like you were talking about your character, Christina, you made it very specific. That's why it worked. I don't know.
But I think what we were doing back then was vaudeville. You know what I mean? We were doing vaudeville.
Yes. Oh,
it was
totally.
like either you were going to get tomatoes thrown at you if you didn't fucking get the laugh and stuff. So we were doing all this stuff to like create this beautiful marriage between you and the audience. And it was vaudeville. It was like, or you used to get it. The thing's going to come and take you right on off. And I think now it's just...
It's so safe.
I don't think they have audiences now.
Yeah.
And you can't really do that kind of
comedy
comedy
you mean they shoot it without audiences? Yeah, totally. No, we used to call our show a musical comedy without the music. So same thing as you just said, like same thing as vaudeville, And I think you really need to have that audience there. And it was very broad. And yet the characters had their own humanity somehow. Like you play it like you're playing it to the third balcony, and yet the characters still had their own inner lives in some way. It's tricky.
And you guys touched on subject matter that was deep and personal and hard, but with the humor, which I don't know if I feel like people are like afraid to go there now. Everybody's just trying to play it safe, but it just...
Well, right now, you can't do anything or say anything. Or,
you can't speak.
Take any chances. No, speaking is out.
Speaking's out, Megan. I think that's the quote of the day.
That's the title
Guys,
of the episode.
speaking is out.
Stop
Oh my God, I'm gonna
talking.
start. Oh my God, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Just stop talking. Well, we could talk to you for days about your immense talent and your career, but I would actually really like to ask you about something that you and Christina both have in common. Well, you did an episode of Who Do You Think You Are?
Oh, yeah.
May I expand on this before you say anything?
Go.
Okay, so a few months ago, my father passed away, and I went
Oh,
back and watched.
no.
Yeah, and I went back and watched our episode of Who Do You Think You Are, which was really about finding his mom and figuring out some mysteries in his life. So I watched mine, and I watched a couple others with like Valerie Bertinelli, who was like related to Jesus and stuff like that. You know, like they get to go to travel to like this place, and literally there was a scroll that said she's related to Jesus. I swear to God. Guys, go watch it. I'm not making this up. Like
I don't wanna know
Charlemagne
who I'm related
and
to.
Jesus, and then yours comes on. Fucking Megan. I was like, oh, we need to talk because I was stuck in Trenton and you were in Georgia or something, and I think both of us had the same. Yeah, in Macon, Georgia. You and I had the same reactions, like cracking up, going, "This isn't real. Come on, like just come on."
I just couldn't believe, like, it just kept getting worse and worse. And I was like, where's the good part? I mean, is there no one who could be redeemed? But ultimately, I feel like my great-great-grandmother was pretty cool.
So,
Yeah,
but
She had a tragic
yeah,
ending.
go ahead, sorry.
But well, I thought it was quite moving, though. I really did. I mean, it's so. I would love to know more about that stuff because it's really, when they asked me to do it, I was like, eh. And then when you start shooting it and you're like, oh my God, this is really for real blowing my mind. Like it's so poignant.
They don't
Didn't you
warn you,
feel like that?
man.
I mean,
Yeah, dude, they don't warn you. They're like,
mm-mm.
and here's this
Yeah.
court document, and you're like, well, what? And what did my grandpa do to my grandma?
Yes.
What? What?
Yeah.
And you're like, and it's all happening right then and there. There's no forewarning. They're just like, and your grandfather beat up your grandmother and it was really horrible and just things like that. Just,
Horrible. Yeah.
we had
Yeah.
similar things.
Yes, for real. And you were so sweet and lovely with your dad, and he was so sweet. I'm
Yeah.
sorry
Thank you.
that you lost him.
I tried to call him the other day. Do you ever feel that way? Like I just wanted to call him about something and to make him laugh, and I was like, oh fuck.
No, I think
He's not here.
Yeah,
It's so weird.
No, I wasn't that. I mean, I wasn't that as close with my dad just because he was slightly terrifying. But I was very close with my mom, and I think about her all the time. And yeah,
do you think learning about your family and the history, like, obviously helps you it explains people and their behaviors, but did you notice anything, not necessarily, obviously, the negative thing? Oh, who's this pup? Is that?
What?
Oh my
No.
God. So if you're listening, you don't get the pleasure of seeing what we're seeing, which is the cutest little puppy with dyed ear, like tie-dyed ears, or is that an ombre blue situation?
it's an ombre. Yes, the groomer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice groomer.
Just round. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's so cute. But do you feel like did you feel like you had a better understanding of your father, maybe even compassion for him, knowing sort of where he's come from?
Yeah, I feel kind of like I've said a lot of pretty super, not the most positive things in the past about my father.
That's okay. You were.
But I try to temper it, but now I feel more compassion, like, oh, he just came from a long line of not cool people, especially the men.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the women too, but just a lot, just everybody. Alcoholic, just either physically or emotionally abusive, just, it's just when you see it all, it's it becomes a little more clear.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there's no point in really, I mean, the thing that's hard is those kind of people when you have a parent or somebody that you grow up with in your house who's like that, it has an impact on you for the rest of your life, and you have to try to keep dealing with it and not
Mm-hmm.
falling into those patterns. Um, and so it's hard not to say, "Oh, my father was terrible, blah blah blah." But I'm at the point now where I'm like, no, he was trying. He didn't have much of a chance. His parents raised him in a way that, this was like a perfect storm for him to become the
Mm-hmm.
person he was. And
Well, two
yeah.
things can be true. He could have
Mhm.
been it could have been really difficult for you to have a father like that, and he also was a victim of his own upbringing. They're both
Mhm.
true. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and my mom loved him to the end, like
Mm.
they separated for a while. He was gone a lot anyway, and then they finally got a divorce when I was in college, but he was always around, and she just, those people, those narcissists, when they pull you in, it's the most beautiful,
Oh, yeah.
rapturous time that you could ever think of, and then they start going into the cycle of abuse, and then but you're always thinking, but it was so beautiful. I know we can get back to that, and I think she always felt that way,
Mm.
that it was somehow she always thought of him in a very, I don't know, she loved him.
Yeah.
Support for Messy comes from CB Distillery.
Those nights when you just don't sleep and then the next day...
What? What's
You're
sleep?
dragging. You're exhausted. Everything feels harder. Well, that's where CBD from CB Distillery can make a real difference for you. Because it's not just sleep. CB Distillery has solutions that work with your body. It helps you with your stress. It helps you with pain, even mood and focus. It's all made with the highest quality, clean ingredients, no fillers, just premium CBD. So imagine waking up rested, enjoying your day without those nagging aches and pains. That's the real win of CB Distillery Solutions. That's why over 2 million people trust CB Distillery.
I love this stuff because I, as one of the many millions of people with MAS, or as we call it, multiple sclerosis, I'm one of the ones that was really lucky, and I have neuropathic pain that sucks. But man, this helps me so much. I'm telling you.
Yes. And so if you're ready for better sleep, less stress, and feeling good in your skin again, try CBD from CB Distillery. And right now you can save 25% off your entire purchase. Visit CB Distillery and use promo code MESSY. That's cbdistillery.com, promo code MESSY, cbdistillery.com.
Can we talk then about the greatest love story ever told, which is you and your husband, Nick?
I was about to say, like, can we talk about Nick Offerman right now, please? Like, seriously.
Yeah,
20,
I
wait,
know.
25
years.
years?
Mm-hmm.
So how did you
We
guys
just
meet?
had our anniversary. We met doing a little equity waiver play in Los Angeles in 2000. I was between the second and third seasons of Will and Grace, and he was just, he was a penniless carpenter, as I like to say. And
You discovered him.
we did this. Yeah, yes, we did this play together, and he was, he was pursuing me, and I was like, didn't really want to get involved with somebody during the play because it always gets really messy. I don't use the word. And but he was persistent, and so then we started, seeing each other, and that's how we met.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he went from a
Mhm.
penniless carpenter to a plentiful
I
carpenter.
know.
Because I've seen his show with all his stuff. Like, what a little
Mhm.
talent he has.
Oh yeah,
in the
no,
woodworking.
he's a great woodworker. Yeah, he's a great woodworker, but his career has taken off to the extent that he doesn't really have time to like, build anything anymore because he's so busy with his acting career, and it's going so great, and yeah, it's really nice.
He's one of those really special actors that truly completely disappears into every role he plays. Like sometimes where I'm like, oh, that's Nick Offerman. You know what I mean? Where you're like, it just feels so fresh and so like I've never seen this person before because he's just such a whole embodied character. What, like, you guys are such a powerhouse. My God.
Well, oh, thank you. Well, I'm going to do a little bit of an ad for him
Let's
right
go.
now because
Do it.
Yeah, there's this indie movie called Sovereign that's now streaming. And you guys, first of all, the movie is so fucking insanely great. And he's the lead in it. And I think it's the best thing he's ever done. It is.
Wow.
But the movie will absolutely decimate you, so don't watch it if you're anywhere in the neighborhood of being depressed or anxious, or because it is so moving. Yeah.
It's going to be a decade for me then before that happens.
Yeah. Right.
I just watch
Maybe
reality
in
shows
your
because I'm
next
like, can't do it.
lifetime, yeah.
Thanks. No, I'm going to watch it. I actually saw ads for it on my Apple TV, and I was like, oh
Oh,
my God,
good.
there he is. And he looks, it's like very darky, gritty, yum kind of stuff, right?
Yes.
Like what's,
Yes. The movie is full, Criterion Collection level genius. I mean, the movie is so good, and he's so good in it. And there's a kid who plays his son, this 17-year-old actor, and that guy is beyond brilliant also. So I just highly recommend that movie.
Great. Well, I can't wait to watch it. How do you guys, so being together 25 years, having the love and respect that you have for each other, and having to have a relationship, as you know, with this career and in this industry that long is very difficult. How do you guys support each other? What is it? Do you have certain rules about your relationship that you respect, or how do you guys just manage each other's careers and love?
The only rule we really have is about is the 2-week rule, where we're not apart for more than 2 weeks. But otherwise, we just we just hang out. We're just best friends, and we make each other laugh a lot, and we're homebodies, so we just like to
You like to
stay
be around
home
each
and
other.
chill out. Like, yeah, during the day, usually we'll do our own thing in different parts of the house. And then at night, we'll, have dinner and watch TV or whatever and just chill out. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
do you guys cook or do you order?
I love cooking and baking, and he likes to grill, but normally, no, we will go out or order in or something like that. Yeah, it's hard to cook every day, I feel like. I really admire people who do that. Do we cook sometimes?
Yeah, that's why they have these food delivery. Well, not food delivery services, but we have had some on this show where they give you like the pictures of the recipe and each step, so what it's supposed to look like. Everything's measured out, so you kind of had your own sous chef, and then you can just make
yes,
it. Yeah,
that's so good, right?
it is nice.
Yeah.
So is there anything in your career you haven't done yet, or anything that you want to put out there that you want to do one day? Like,
I have a short list. I'm kind of, I would say maybe 1 foot out the door of the acting thing. I mean, it's fun. Like, I did a little indie movie a couple months ago that shot in St. Louis. It was fun, but it's hard. It's so hard to get up at 4:00 in the morning. I mean, and then you go there and people are in a panic, invariably having a nervous breakdown, every single person all day long. So it's just not, it's like, I don't know. Is it fun? I guess kind of. So then
Wait, Jamie texted me because I was like rewatching Nurse Jackie, and I was like, look, the only thing that would get me out of my bed is to do something of this caliber. And she's like, you can put it out there. And I said, I ain't getting up at 5 a.m. for nobody touching my face. I was like,
I know.
I think we good at this point. Like, yeah.
I know. It can be a little rough.
Well, when you work as consistently as you guys did for so long, I understand that. I mean, there's a burnout with everything, and when these types of schedules, it's not easy.
Yeah. However, there are a couple things. So, but I'm not saying no. I'm just saying, like, if something comes along that's a really great part with good people, fun people, creative people, especially if it's something kind of weird and avant-garde, then I'm in. Okay, but the other things are that original musical I was talking about. I love it. It's called Ice Boy. It's very weird and crazy and funny and good. That's one thing. And then the other thing is I'm embarrassed to say this sentence, but I have a band. I know. And I've had it for a long time. It's called Nancy and Beth. And you know about it?
Yes, I do. Because I saw clips like 1,000, like not 1,000 years ago. Sorry, I'm not aging Nancy and Beth, but I do know of Nancy and Beth. But like,
well, you might have seen one of our music
everybody.
Videos. Oh, thanks. I directed a few music videos for it that you can find on YouTube. But if you look up Nancy and Beth, Please Mr. Jailer, that's a good one. But anyway, so we are actually, for the first time in years, because of the pandemic and other, things, life, we were doing 2 shows at Largo on La Cienega in Los Angeles on October 18th. So I'm really excited. I know. I haven't even posted about it on Instagram yet. I need to get people in the seats. So I never post anything on social media anymore. I got to get my shit together. Yeah.
You love to be on stage, huh?
I love music, honestly.
Yeah,
I love things that involve music. Like I did this crazy movie called Dix the Musical a few years ago. That was an A24 movie. It was so funny and weird. I loved doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about Nancy and Beth because every song has choreography, and so I do the choreography, and I absolutely fucking love it. Like I just love doing that. It's like when I was in my room and I had shut the door and there was a mad scene. I mean, I fucking love it. Nothing's changed. I'm still, that's what I want to do. I want to go in a little room with a mirror and I want to make up dances to the songs.
Because it's not about anything else but your joy and your love for it.
Yes. Yeah, it's just pure creativity. And creativity is really what, makes your life what it is. That's all it's about. Yeah.
I'm so happy you're doing that.
Every house that I've lived in, I've built a dance studio. And
I love it.
Every single one, I've built one. Now, the only time I professionally danced was, the thing. But like to have that time alone with my mirrors and my suspended floors and my ballet bar and that, like, oh, I'm going to start to cry, Megan, because I know you feel the same way about dance. Because dance is something that isn't like, it's like it's in the soul stuff. It's the first language, really, if you think about it.
It is. So, it's so well said. I have a little room with mirrors in my house too. Yeah. It's not an official dance studio. It's small and the floors aren't sprung, but there's a wall of mirrors. That's where I do my choreography. Yeah. And it's,
I love this.
I mean, it's just the best thing. And in this show, I used to do the show. There was another woman. It was the 2 of us, but she's not in the band anymore. So now I hired these 2 dancers who are so fucking unreal. And so we're doing, we're kind of fronting the band, but they're not my backup dancers. They're my equals, and it's so fun. They are 21 and 22 years old. Can you believe? I am literally 45 years older.
Do it.
Older than the dancers.
Do it. I can't wait. Wait, it's October 18th, you said?
Yeah, at Largo. I mean, the tickets are on sale on their site, but I just haven't posted about it. I need to do that.
Okay, well, we'll tell all our listeners, everyone in LA. Yeah, listen, if I happen to be in LA, Christina, we're going. You should go, Christina.
Okay, wait. My toe is still so broken, dude. I can't wear a shoe. But
let's hire some 21-year-olds to carry you in.
I broke my toe, Megan. Like I broke my foot and danced on it. I broke my toe and I'm like, I can't wear a shoe. Like I'm
no.
such a different
You
person now
can't.
because I'm
I
older. No,
know.
I'm like,
I
no,
know.
the pain, mommy. No, I can't. But I will get there.
It won't take that long. You'll be good in 3 weeks, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can get there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've been to a few parties with Christina, like she said, but are you aware of her party trick?
No. What?
Okay. Well,
It's a weird one.
it's a weird one. She doesn't like when I hype it up, so I'm just going to be super bland about this, but just know I'm wanting to hype this up. So all we're going to need you to do is tell Christina 5 of your favorite movies. Don't feel pressure, just the first 5 that come to mind. They don't have to be the 5, but like 5 movies that have meant something to you in your lifetime.
Oh, okay.
And go.
Mary Poppins, The Graduate, Sovereign, Dick's the Musical. Sorry to pick one that I'm in, but I loved it.
You can't do this to me. Okay, Dick's the Musical.
And what's the Monty Python one where they're like knights?
Spam-A-Lot? No, that's a play. No, they're knights and they go clickety 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 cluckety
Yeah,
clickety on the horses,
that
right?
one.
Okay,
Mhm.
we'll just
I
do
gotta-
clickety
She knows what
cluckety.
you know what it is. Okay, Madam Christina.
I know exactly what this is.
She's going to do.
I usually
I just
can't
put
think
clickers.
of any names at all, so it's a miracle that I thought of as many as I did.
You guys talk for
Okay.
like, give me a minute.
So if the right magical crew and story and character came together, would you ever do a sitcom again?
I mean, yeah, I'm open to anything,
Right.
you know? Yeah, it's just as long as it's funny, that's the thing. Like, not a lot of things are really funny anymore, scripts. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Would you
I would
ever
do it.
would yeah, I know you said you directed a few music videos. Would you ever want to direct?
I do love directing.
You
Yeah, for
do?
sure. And I love directing music videos too, especially because I just love some things with music. But like I said, Will and Grace was kind of like a musical comedy without the musical. Would you ever do like a full-on like sitcom?
I would, sure. I mean, I did one once upon a time.
Oh yeah, when was that? Can't remember the
I
name
did
of that.
it. It was called Guides with Kids. It was on NBC. We did a full season, but it was hell for me because I wasn't telling anyone I had MS at the time. And I was struggling, and every day I would go to work and people would be like, "Are you limping? What's wrong?" And I just constantly felt like I was having to lie and not be found out. So, and all I ever wanted, to be honest, after doing Will and Grace was like, I loved this. I want to do a sitcom. So I was so happy to do it. And unfortunately, because of my own doing, it wasn't pleasurable. But I would love to do one because I grew up doing community theater on Long Island. Like musical theater was my life. I only auditioned for Sopranos because I thought it was a musical. I had no.
Because of the Sopranos
That's so
thing.
funny.
Listen, all it said was a
What, 'cause it said
16-year-old
Sopranos?
Italian-looking girl for a show called Sopranos on HBO. I'm like, what?
You're like,
HBO
"Whoa."
doesn't really, there was no shows on really HBO. I'm like, that's weird. That's the movie channel. And I'm a Jewish girl from Long Island, but I look Italian. And my accent was so thick and real. And it worked, but I brought my sheet music. I was full on expecting to need to belt out a
God, I
number.
didn't even know you were a singer. That's so crazy.
Yeah, I got to play Belle in Beauty and the Beast on Broadway. I did get to do Broadway once.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
great. Well, you must be a great singer. That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's nice. Well, similar with you, I was going to say when you guys were talking about dance and just connecting back to that joy, I stopped singing for a really long time because whenever I would do, I would have such grief because I can't do it the way I used to. And in the last couple of months, I've started just sitting down in front of my piano again because it's just like, it's not about anyone else. It's not about my career. It's about that resonance and what that vibration and feeling in my body feels like. And it's just for me and my joy. And that's so important, I think, for anyone, no matter what it is, to have for themselves,
Yeah. Oh, I love that you're doing that. I agree. There's something about singing that's so you can't even
healing.
describe it.
Yeah.
It's such a Yeah, it is. It's very healing. I used to sing a lot to like work through my feelings when I was in my 20s, 30s, 40s.
Oh, and your voice is
Yeah.
like, there was that video circulating around recently of Gary Janetti and Brad's wedding. And when
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I have never been more jealous of a moment in my life that I like wasn't there. I was like, are you kidding me? And it's Les Mis. It was
my God,
so
I have
good.
to say
That was
one of
really
the
good.
fucking coolest things. I mean, it was so fun to do that. And they did it so well. Like the way they had it it was like the fucking CIA. Like they had it so figured out
It was
as to
perfect.
when they would one person, one by one, you'd be like, oh, because I was sitting at the table with all these people I knew, like these Will and Grace writers. And I was just, I'm gonna go pee. And then you go back there and they'd put your mic on. And I had this wrap, this like pashmina thing to cover it. And oh my God, it was so fun.
Oh, anyone who's listening, you have to look up this video. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, Gary Janetti's birthday, Les Mis. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's on
So
YouTube.
good.
All right, she's
I'm ready.
Oh God, what are you doing? I'm excited.
I might be completely wrong, but whatever. Okay. I feel like okay, now I'm not saying this is what's coming into my head. Like the sense of your whole life, career, person, whatever, of wanting to just be magical, wanting to be otherworldly.
Totally.
And there's so much darkness inside of you that actually behooves you. But this feeling of why can't I just be fucking magical? Why can't I just be the one that people go, that's the thing? But you've got so much stuff where you've come from and you're so deeply rooted into so much beauty and darkness and craziness and all this shit that like you just have never allowed yourself to do that, or maybe people have not allowed to do that for you.
That is so 100%. I mean, I feel I'm gonna start crying. 100%. Yeah.
Sorry.
And that's
Kind of
part
what I
of
do.
why that's unbelievable, really.
Isn't
that
it?
You just said that. That's unbelievable. Yeah. Like the whole elves and fairies thing, like that's still my whole thing. That's why Nancy and Beth is so important to me, because it's the one thing that I can do where it's really coming from my vision. And yeah, because I like things where I have autonomy like that, so that I can create something that has some magic, like a music video or something. You've 100% nailed it. That's all I really want.
Yeah.
Well, you nailed it, because you told me what you love, and that's kind of your thematic kind of through line. And we all have one. And people don't realize that the stuff that we're drawn to is really kind of talks about kind of the inner workings of our own souls. And that's where this game came from. When I was doing the Pussycat Dolls in like 1995, we were sitting around somewhere, and I did it with a bunch of girls, and I told this one girl something awful, and she threw a drink on me because she was just so upset that I like knew something about her. And I was like, I think I've got something here. So that's when it started. All right.
Wow, that is crazy. I'm very moved by that, because I'm thinking about the list I gave you, and I'm not sure how you did that, but that's pretty wild.
I just sat with it. So we have something else that we do, and then we're going to let you go because it's 12:32, and we want to let you do your thing.
Thank you for your time, Megan. This was so lovely.
Thank you. This has really been so nice. You guys are so cool, and I'm so glad that I did this. Thank you.
Us too. And I might have to be in LA end of October, and I swear if I am, Christina, let's go. I'll drag you. I'll find someone to carry us. I want to see you in your joy, Megan. I want to see you.
Someone needs to carry us, Megan, because we got this little disease called multiple sclerosis.
We'll set it up. Don't worry. We'll get it worked out.
Perfect. All right. So
ADA, baby.
The good thing in Largo is there's this back row that has its own aisle, so you can just literally go in the door and sit down, and then you can leave whenever you need to. It's right by the door. It's like the VIP row.
See? Look, we can do it.
Perfect.
Anything's possible. All right, so we pull it. I have this deck of cards. They're random quotes from people, characters, ideas, things people have had, and just a nice way to close out the show. So thank you
good.
again. And so here's our card
Thank
for today.
you.
Whenever you are asked if you can do a job, tell them certainly I can. Then get busy and find out how to do it. I love that.
I love it. That's so nice.
And so it is.
Beautiful.
And so it is.
So it is.
This show is executive produced by Christina Applegate, Jamie-Lynn Sigler, and Allison Bresnick. Our audio engineer is Josh Windisch.
And if you want to show us some love, don't forget to leave the show a rating or review. Hi, it's Jamie. Thanks for listening. I just want to let you know I am a paid spokesperson for Novartis, but this podcast is independent from my collaboration with Novartis.